Hi, this is Glenda. I got to join all the cool kids and get a Minc machine. Spotlight on it, the 40% coupon on the Minc. This is the wide one. And so I couldn't help myself. I'm not entirely sure if I needed it, but I love my toys. So anyway, I thought I'd just share a couple of things that I have just learnt the hard way. One is that not all paper is the same. I have found that some papers will just attract all the foiling, and I don't know, this is a super white laser paper and it doesn't work well. I think it must have a coating or something, and so not good. If you have any kind of imperfections on your foil, that seems to be when you're more likely to get these little speckles come off. So, you know, the more pristine your foil, the better. For the most part, I was just using a piece of paper folded in half for my carrier sheet, because I was only doing small pieces. And then I wanted to do a big test piece, and I discovered when I used my carrier sheet, I don't know if you can see it, but anywhere that I didn't have foil, it marked the carrier sheet, and that won't come off. It's not ruined because I can still use it, but it's disappointing that the first use of my carrier sheet I managed to mark it. So the moral is, any time I'm putting something through that isn't completely covered, I'm just putting a piece of paper over it, in between them, between the sheet. The other thing I discovered, I did this test piece, and I wanted to do different foils on each strip as a test. The first one is beautiful. Then as each one left a mark on my carrier sheet, my foiling is less perfect as I've gone along. It's still okay, but it's just, I think if you want to do multiple colours, you do all your separate strips in one pass. So I did it again and did do that. So I have tried 3 lots of the Jonestones foils, the Minc foil and the Deco foil. So the Deco and the Minc are the 2 current ones that everybody seems to be getting. But this Jonestones foil is sort of an old stock from previous times, and it did not work. When I tried doing this technique with a laminator, it didn't work. My laminator got too hot. I just had a one setting laminator, whereas the Minc, I am putting it down on the absolute lowest setting on 1, and this foil is working. The thing about this foil is the craft shop near us have marked it at 13, but I know they got back stock in, and they had it at 5, and now they've got it at 3. So I mean, $3 for a pack of 4 sheets of foil, you can't beat it. So I wanted to see how well it worked, and hopefully I can tilt this so that you can see the various results. They're all very similar. One is the right setting for this Jonestones one. These two, the Deco and the Minc, have worked at 1, but possibly they could go up a bit higher. I think the recommended setting's more like 3. But I was doing it all in one pass, and you definitely need the lower setting for these other older style foils, because not all foil is the same. I did have quite a bit from a reverse garbage truck outlet. I'm not sure how you call it, because that's a brand name, reverse garbage. But there's a couple of them near here, and I got such mixed results with this. It's sort of left over from printers, but I decided it wasn't worth it. I was wasting too much cardstock and laser printing, so I thought if I can get my foil at a good price, that's the way I'll go. So there's just a few lessons that I've learnt in the last couple of days since I got it. By no means expert at this, but it's been interesting to see what will and won't work. But it's such a lovely result. You just have to think ahead and make a laser print, because for me that means turning on the other computer and taking my stick and printing it out. but it's certainly, you get a very professional look. I don't think I'd want to do the whole card that way because it would look like a bought card. Yeah. Anyway, that new toy. Thanks for watching.